All right, people. Adelante Worldwide back once again, but this time we're going to do something a little different.
With our first guest of 2017, the one and only,
Our very own
Daniel Lowlife Trujillo.
Danny Drinks.
Danny Drinks. What else you go by?
Whatever.
Pendejo.
My mom called me that for years, man.
The Velvet Teddy Bear.
Whatever.
Teddy bear.
Known to the ladies as the Velvet Teddy Bear.
So we want to welcome Daniel on. Now he's behind the camera. He's always behind the
I'm
camera.
always on the audio here, but
But this time
today,
he is back.
right here.
He's in front of the camera doing a guest shot.
Sometimes people call him like the Dr. Dre of La Junta.
The Dr.
Dre,
Dre of La Habana.
Would you say that's a fair assessment?
yeah. I like more DJ Quick, but
Well, let's get this started. How we do this. My name is TC Valdez. My co-host Joe Ayala, and of course, special guest Mr. Lowlife Danny
What up?
Drinks, Daniel Trujillo.
So, Daniel, I'm going to start off with the questions because TC has boring questions. So, what started you in music?
in music,
In music.
jeez.
And when?
When I actually started in music, it was 1996, but I've been listening to music forever with my. I used to be into heavy metal because everyone wants to be like their older brother or whatever, and that's all he listened to was heavy metal. So I started off with heavy metal.
Shout out to Herman Trujillo.
What up? And
You know his older brother.
my cousin, he came through and he actually had some rap, and I was like, I don't want to hear that shit. So he brought it, threw it in. It was actually DJ Quick. The song was Tonight, and after that, I fell in love with rap.
You know that song?
Oh, yeah.
Surprised.
You don't know that one?
No, I don't. Actually, I do know that song. So what was the first thing you did? Was it beats? Was it rapping? What were you at the time you started in music?
When we first started, it was kind of a weed thing because I used to work with Pierre. It was first rapping. I used to cruise around with my sister and her boyfriend, and he used to do music. So he had like a lot of instrumentals he would loop, and then he'd add his own little drum lines and stuff like that. And I'd be in the backseat cruising and just rapping along with him. He's like, "Hey, you're pretty good." He's like, "You want to try to record it?" I was like, "Yeah, let's try it." And then, it was crap.
So you were a rapper to start off with.
Was that Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan.
So you, Pierre, and Ryan, was it a group?
No, I wasn't even Pierre at the time. So I recorded that song and said, sparked, I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool. So I didn't have no money, you know what I mean? I was broke, little teenager or whatever. And my sister, she was making good money. She had a good job and stuff. So I asked her, can you help me buy some stuff? Because Ryan told me, he's like, hey, I'll sell you some stuff. So he sold me one turntable and a Gemini 8-second looper. So I bought that, and then I started looping my own beats, and I wasn't really good at looping, so that's when I hit up Pierre, because he used to DJ all the time, so he started using the Gemini and looping up some beats, and then we started like that, and then that Ryan had told me, hey, you should get a drum machine too, so you can add your own kicks and stuff, make it different, and I was like, all right. So I had my sister order, Much Love, Trisha. I can't remember what it was. It's like a DR7 or something. Well, she ordered the wrong thing, and it was a DR5. And the difference was one was strictly just a drum machine, and the DR5 actually had instruments. So then, playing with the different instruments, I was like, I'm going to try to make my own beats.
So it was a happy mistake.
Yeah. It was a good mistake.
That's not bad. So Pierre's still doing music, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Sideways.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's Sideways Sounds. Go visit his studio. Dude has excellent quality. Yeah, he's top notch.
You guys ever work together still, or?
We tried a couple of years back. Maybe it was like a year or two. We went down to his studio. We did a song, but the song didn't come together, so we never released it. But it was still fun to go kick back and talk with him and see what he does different than because when we started, we didn't have all these programs and stuff. We were strictly analog. We used to use a Fostex. Was it Fostex? No, it was Tascam. A Tascam 4-track recorder.
That's what I was
on
going
tape.
to say.
That's what Bradley said on his episode.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys talk about that?
Yeah, so we all started there, all analog stuff, so we couldn't really look at stuff and, mess with vocals or whatever. It was all just raw doggy, And now that Now, you're always going to catch me looking. That's just a habit.
Right. You are the sub. Now, that just shows you how multiple talented you are. You're here doing the interview as well as watching the audio at the same time.
I'm trying. Eyes going to be all crooked.
Very talented. Can you give us just a who's who in the Lahana music game, the Valley, let's say the Valley music game? Who are you working with right now?
Nobody from the Hunter.
What should we be looking for? You're not doing anything with Keen? Or?
We haven't started. We started a couple tracks, and then, he started a new job and stuff like that. So everybody's schedule's a little, conflicting. So, but we're gonna get back to it and then start doing some stuff. Hopefully.
Zeke, maybe.
Hopefully, he always says he is. So you better start too.
How about his son?
I want to.
Yeah,
he's another one too.
Shout out to Thomas Martinez there.
I always tell him to, let's do a track. He says, okay, but nobody ever hits me back.
So what about the Valley then? If no one's really doing anything in Lahana, where's your work coming from? Is it from the Valley? Is it out of the Valley?
No, most of my work comes from out of state. They're the ones that are willing to pay.
So, out of all the people you've worked with, who was your favorite to work with?
In Colorado?
Out of all of them.
Out of all of them? I'd have to say Split. Much love, Chris Vigil. SPLYT, look him up. Dude's, he's legit, man.
He's still going now?
Mm-hmm. He still is.
And it's pretty cool because it was you and Troublesome got together a few years back and did a track with Snow before she got big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Was she like 12 back then?
I don't know. But
she had to have been at least 16, 10 years ago?
Nah, I don't think she was that young. She was probably in her 20s, 21, 22, somewhere around there.
It was a cool
You went to a
track,
Snow concert, didn't you?
I did. The Vieja bought me tickets.
What'd you think?
She went too. Oh, I loved it.
You all jumping around like a little girl?
With the dip. Flash my boobs.
They let kids in here? This
Throw
kid
your 20s at him?
I was all like, damn. There was this funny story. There was this guy and his son. This dude was an older guy, and he had his cane, and they had those light deals, the styrofoam kind of thing, right? Well, he was throwing up his cane. I was like, calm down, viejo, you're going to break a hip, man.
Did you borrow it afterwards?
So?
So we have Daniel to thank for a lot of this podcast right here. He's also on the next episode.
Next episode.
His hoodie right there. Who did that for you?
Lucas. So.
Well, it's kind of funny. Speaking of the podcast, the next episode, that's kind of how we got our start.
Yeah.
It started with LP and Daniel, and then you jumped on that one, and then they invited me on that one, and then it dissipated for a little bit. We started Adelante, and then good thing they started the next episode back. It all turns full circle. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Daniel's to thank for our intro song because you guys actually recorded a song together.
Yeah, that was actually one of my most surprising, actually. Yeah, I didn't expect it for it to actually turn out that great. It kind of started as a joke.
Now he's getting all happy. Look at him. He's...
But it was dope. It started out like a joke. He was recording his own, and he hit me up on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, check this out." He sent me this acapella of him rapping.
You have it?
I do. I found it actually.
Did you know?
I don't have it on this one. I have it on my other Mac.
I used a $10 microphone. Tell them what you said. It sounded like I was rapping where?
I don't know,
in a
toilet
bathtub.
or what? It sounded like shit, so I probably said a toilet. But yeah, he sent it, and he was all proud, and he's like, "Hey, check this out, man! I cleaned it up." Did you clean it up?
No, not the first time.
Oh, the second time.
The second time
sounded just as bad, but
Daniel hears stuff that I never hear. And,
I don't.
And TC will say, "Oh yeah, I heard that after the fact." I said, "I still didn't."
Only one. It was one of our episodes. It was just high pitched scream at the end.
Oh my god, yeah.
That one was bad, and he was like, "Well, I don't hear it," and I was like, "Don't listen for it, because once you hear it, you can't unhear it."
Yeah, he has a golden ear.
We want to thank Daniel because he's taught us a lot about microphone, the sound, and how it comes back around. But in fact, speaking of recording, we're trying to finish a second song that we're doing together.
But TC's like most local artists, and he's just not getting it done.
It's
just the chorus. Everything's done, right? Except
it's all done. It's just that chorus is rough. I'm not a singer, so
and
we don't sing it.
And you thought about reshooting your video too, didn't you say that?
I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I'm thinking
I think
about
you
that.
should. You're getting better on the video, you know.
Gracias. I'm
really
trying,
get him all happy about it.
I'm trying to come up with LP hooked up a lyric video. He made a lyric video, came out slick as hell. It was badass. So of course, I want to be like him. So I'm trying to put together a lyric video for Adelante.
And that was Mr. Los, Carlos Vasquez. Check him out.
Did you work with him too?
I have. Mm-hmm. He was on Wreckage's album, the one that we did like 2 years ago. They did that Rocky Ford song. I don't remember what the actual song was
Vegas.
called. Yeah.
But
he was the first person on that song. Did you guys ever?
That was a good song.
It was.
I liked the video too. I liked the way they did the lyrics in the video. That was cool.
And that was Terrence on the video, and then Troublesome, my boy in Texas.
Now, okay, you talk about this Troublesome, and we've talked about him before too.
I have no idea who this is.
How did you meet him? How did you guys come together?
It's a troublesome story.
I was working with my friend Siege, Josh Salazar.
We're gonna tag so many people in this video because of all the
I show
name
love
drops.
for everybody.
Yeah.
I was working on his album, and I think this was back in the MySpace days before Facebook, and he ran across Troublesome somehow, and they started talking. Anyways, Troublesome could bootleg stuff, and I was working on Reasons, one of my favorite programs.
Shout out to Reasons.
Powderhead. Sponsor me. But he's like, yeah, this guy can bootleg stuff. And I was like, really? I was like, well, send him my way. Maybe he can give me the newer versions. I think I had Reasons 3. It's like a terrible version. And he was able to give me 5. We started talking. And then he liked my beats. He's like, that's pretty dope, man. So I said, well, just send me your stuff. I'll mix and master it for you. Cause he's never had that, So when he heard his stuff, he's like, wow, I really sound like that, And I was like, yeah, So, it was just a good friendship, you know what I mean? And then turned into business partners and, been on ever
guys still
since.
talk?
Oh yeah, man. He's like my brother.
All right, little glitch there. Adelante.
I'm gonna blame Jimmy on that.
Like we always do. Pobrecito. But don't worry, ladies, that eye candy is still there.
Because Pobrecito, what is that? Is that Porky?
Porky.
Porky, that's jacked up. So we were talking about Troublesome and you.
Yeah.
You got together. Now, how long ago what was your first, I know you've made some videos. What was your first music video that you made?
Our first music video that we made, he actually flew all the way down from Texas. It was for his song. It actually had Chris B. Hill Split on the hook, and he wanted to do a video to that song. It was, what was it called? Something about feeling good or something like that. But he traveled all the way down. He's like, yeah, I just got this, these programs, and I got a camera. I want to try to shoot a video. So we shot a video and went from there.
Oh, I was thinking, I thought the first video you shot was a song that you wrote. Was Living to Die? Dying to Live.
I know, I was years after that.
Oh.
That's when he got good. The first videos are crappy, man. He knows.
Come on,
he knows.
But check out the YouTube. You guys have some videos.
MOB Media, stop by that YouTube and check out all his videos. I think the old ones are on there too, where he started. Then we did 2 videos, I think. No, he flew down a second time. Or didn't fly. He drove down a second time, and then we shot 1 or 2 videos with him. And that one actually had me on the chorus. I thought I could sing, and it's terrible.
Oh, now we got it.
Auto-tune?
Uh-oh.
No auto-tune.
No auto-tune?
It's
give us a couple hooks from that. I know.
All I got is my flow. I can't remember that. I drink too much for that.
We'll look it up. We'll throw some video on here.
We'll throw it up back there. Just busting out a good song right there.
And he's down there in Midland, right?
Yeah, Midland, Texas.
Midland, Texas.
You ever been there?
No. Been to El Paso.
No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about Daniel today. What do you think the difference is between the rap game now as opposed to when you first started?
It was a lot harder back then. You had to kind of earn your way, earn respect, and things weren't so accessible, so it made everything harder. I mean, it was hard to do videos back then, It was harder to even do music, It was expensive. Nowadays, everything's, you get the pirate version of Fruity Loops. Everybody's using Fruity Loops, except for me. I don't like that program.
I dabbled in that.
So everybody thinks that they can, produce, they slap on Fruit Loops. They push a couple buttons, drum pads.
So then they don't want to pay for a producer because
Exactly.
they could do it all themselves. And
the internet, it made it easy to get out there, but it also jacked things up.
here's a weird question for you. On average, on the stuff we listen to, mainstream wise, how much of that is all professional, or do some of those people that make it big use Fruity Loops or whatever you're talking?
They still use Fruity Loops. Yeah, it's like a standard. It's kind of like Pro Tools.
So it's used by a lot of people.
A lot of producers, yeah, because they do have, the only good thing about Fruity Loops is it accepts different VSTs. As far as like reasons I use, it don't accept other hardware. That's the only good thing about Fruity Loops.
And I've seen like even apps on the phone now where you can make beats. And
Well, we've been doing it with the
you guys
the machine.
have one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have it on the tablet, not the tablet, the little iPad, and we're using machine software, and I sit there, I do it at work, but on my downtime, but
Lunch at breaks, right? Lunch at breaks. That's funny. What do you think about, as far as, I'll give you my, even 20 years, I started listening to rap back mid 80s, even early 83 and stuff like that. So of course I got,
that was a -3 at that point.
Jesus. That was the NWA early days. Ice-T was coming out. So Public Enemy, I like the hardcore rap like that.
yeah,
Now,
Ice-T came out first though.
he was back in 81.
I also like Will Smith.
He's actually dope. I like him.
I like him. I got jiggy with it. But as far as the music then, compared to music now, to me, there's no comparison. Rap now sucks. I don't like it.
I wouldn't say all rap sucks. I think there's more genres of rap.
Well, there is.
You have, what is that big thing now? Mumble rap?
Oh,
Mumble
that's
rap.
horrible. That's horrible.
They got, then you still have guys that take it back where they call it retro. Throwback.
That would be mine.
Where they try and just bring that sound back. Then you got the Kanye rappers that want to do that stuff. So,
See,
I have to do it all. Even though I don't like the mumble rap, I don't like the trap beats, but hey, it sounds a lot faster than the stuff I really do like. But
now, do you think, like, they're not even trying to reinvent the wheel? They just heard this guy's beat that sold 1 million records, whatever, and they're like, I want to do that.
And that's the problem. Back in the 90s, I think everybody strived to be different. So a lot of beats they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Nothing sounded like this. They might take an idea from that beat and then change it. Yeah, change it up. But with this trap music, everything sounds the same. Like if I was to play a new album, I wouldn't even know when the song changed. I'm just like, what the hell, man? It changed?
that like DJ Mustard, is that kind of where they're yelling that hey that
it's a little vocal effect there. Everybody's using,
Yeah, but it started with that, and then it's just like everywhere you go now, you just hear it.
Yeah, hey, or the little hi.
I haven't heard that one.
You haven't heard it? Listen.
So, do you think content has changed over the years as far as what they rap about?
Oh, yeah. It really depends on where you're at. Some people are still conscious rappers, and then you have your mumble rappers, and then you have your trap rappers. You still have gangster rappers. It just really depends where you're at.
You still have your Chicano rappers.
Chicano rappers, yeah.
You have TC, older rappers.
Shout out to Snow the Product, Chicano rapper.
Do you think there's an age where you have to stop rap music?
No.
What?
So, I think Dr. Dre is like 50 or 60.
Well, Bow Wow just retired.
I didn't retire.
I don't know. He said he retired. He's too old. He don't want to be rapping after 30 or something like that.
What, the 40-year-old rapper here?
I know, yeah.
Don't give him 40. He's way old.
I still skateboard too, man. Come on now. You're never too old.
So you'll never get out of the game?
No. I actually tried, Thing with music is it's very hard on the family. With music, each need 100%. If you want that good sound, you got to give 100% into it. So kind of conflicts with the marriage life and stuff like that.
Not to get into too personal stuff of yours, but you actually had a setback while you were in Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little about that.
A few setbacks.
Well, no, I'm talking about when they broke in.
Yeah, I was definitely in a setback. I'll find you, motherfucker. But
I hope you're not our audience.
I hope you are.
Are you talking to Jimmy or are you talking? Oh, all right.
But I was recording this one dude, and actually, I was kind of hurting for money. I was going through divorce. I got fired from a job. It was just all basically going downhill. So it was around Christmas time, so I was like, use some extra money to buy my kids some gifts and stuff. So this guy hooked me up with this other dude. He's like, hey, this guy will give you some money. He wants to come record or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. As soon as I seen that fool walking up the stairs, I mean, this dude was just tatted head to toe, and I was like, this guy's going to end up robbing me one day. And sure enough.
Oh, man.
But you're back. You're better than ever. You're going strong.
Yes.
You got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You got this podcast. You got that podcast. You got rappers that you're working with. And you were just in the Pueblo Chieftain.
Yeah. Shout out to Bradley. My
nice.
Petty. Check him out.
So what do you like going by? Is it Low Life? Is it Daniel? You have a Danny Dranks? What's your...
Whichever personality comes up that day?
Yeah. Low Life, I was just, from back in the day, we used to call me Low Life or Chimp. That was my nickname back then.
I like this beard going. It looks like the Mexican shit.
I'm trying, man. I'm just happy. I've never been able to grow a beard.
See, that's what shows you. Adelante, always moving forward, always trying new things.
Always growing.
Always growing.
What were we talking about? Oh, the name?
The name.
I just, whatever they want to call me.
But the good thing, I've never heard Low Life. You always hear Low Life. That dude's a Low Life. But I've never heard Low Life in a bad connotation when it comes to you.
You sure? Yours ain't.
It's what I want to hear.
Nah.
I choose not to.
I used to be, man. I changed my ways. So, as soon as I had kids, I had to change my ways.
Right. How many kids do you have?
I got 3.
Nice.
Two beautiful daughters and my son.
Got that shotgun ready?
Oh, always, man.
Or is it just the sound effects? If you have the sound effects, so when they pull up, just
you ring the doorbell.
Before we go into a break, real quick, do you ever think there's going to be a time when Lahana has a high-profile music artist?
I hope so, man. I really hope so. I hope Keen, breaks out there and does it.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good. Do you ever hear? Because I noticed there's some guys out of Pueblo. I'm friends with them on Facebook that do the rap thing. Have you had any collaborations with any of those guys?
With Pueblo? Tons.
No, I mean lately though.
Lately? I don't know if I claim him from Pueblo or whatever, but Chris LaShawn, he just sent me some music to mix and master and stuff like that. I do a lot of mixing and mastering for people. They hear my sound.
So explain the difference for those that don't know. What's the difference between mixing and mastering and making beats? What's the...
producing?
Producing? I do it all. It's actually pretty rare, I guess. I heard it from a friend. He was actually going to school, and he's like, you're really talented, because you can actually do, your beats plus mix it, engineer it or whatever, and master. He's like, when I went to school, the teachers even said, you're just making beats. You're just a beat maker, That's why a lot of them would, they'd make the beats and then they'd send it to the engineer, the engineer room, and then they do all the engineering. I can do all
cleaning it up, and that's what that does.
So I can do all 3. So
and mastering is just the final.
The final, yeah. It's because you're trying to get your lowest mix, and then you're bringing it back up,
So what's the best way to get a hold of you if someone out there is watching and they're rapping and they want to all 3, the mixing, the mastering, the beat?
You can probably find me at any liquor store. You can hit me up on phone, 970-373-8338. You can hit me up on Facebook. I don't even know what it is. It's
Daniel Trujillo?
Is it just Daniel Trujillo? Yeah, so look me on Facebook. I do have a Twitter that I barely use, so don't use that one.
LinkedIn? Hotmail?
No Hotmail. I do have a Gmail.
Am I living to die, or am I dying to live? Look, can you answer me why? Am I too late to forgive? I want you to just by. I didn't do what I did. I'm better saying goodbyes. A life I couldn't forbid. You're feeling uncomfortable with every moment we share. We just the perfect pair, it's like if we were destined to be. And this kind of love is rare, it's a blessing to me. But they say in their love hands and all good things can do in there. But my fingertips are burning, just you better work. Nothing to lose, but all the game when you count in the tweet. Just know the way the joy for the pain, so push to the extreme. Keep a strong positive mind, and it will lead to your greatness. Just know it's gonna take time. Stay trail, avoid all the fakes. Cause out of 10 times you find the hate that just trying to break. Cause you just someone to live by.
All right. So we're getting the contact information from Daniel. It'll be right up here. You can get him by phone. You can get him by email or by Facebook. What's the email again?
It's DannyDranks@gmail.com. DANNYDRANX gmail.com.
Gmail.com. All right, Daniel. So we've had a good conversation here tonight.
Yeah.
We had a blast having you here behind the camera instead of
Yes.
just off to the side.
Where's the beers?
But TC will have to.
We'll get those beers.
TC will have to work on that. Where do you see Danny Drinks, Daniel Trujillo in 5 years?
Maybe dead. No, I don't know.
Such an optimist.
Adelante. He's moving forward. Forward onto the next world.
A bigger beard, maybe.
5 years. Jeez, I don't look forward like that. I just live day by day. I've always done that.
Okay, what's the goal then? What
My goal is to own a studio, to build a studio again
here in Lahana?
here in Lahana. I mean, I know there's not a lot of people that'll come and record, but hey, that's still my dream.
Have you ever heard the saying, if you build it, they will come? They will come. TC will.
Yeah, we'll build it.
Yeah.
I got some. We'll do it out of PVC pipe.
We're still waiting on a table that still hasn't been built yet. So.
That's it. Engineering's getting the final draft done. Had some issues with the construction company.
So do you have a name for the studio?
No.
Not yet.
No. It'll just come.
The Drank Shop.
Maybe like Store Part 2 or something.
Store Part 2.
No, but actually I don't drink when when it comes to recording. I used to try that all the time, and the next day result is just
Doesn't work.
terrible. Yeah.
So, do you have anything we should be looking out for here in the near future? Anything dropping? Any collaborations?
I am going to drop a compilation. It's going to be of all my newest stuff, maybe a best of too. But yeah, TC will be on there. Wreckage, Lawrence Pantoja, Manuel Rodriguez, and all them.
Mas Chingon?
We were talking about it. I don't know if it'll be a Mas Chingon. It'll be Petty, Keen, and Low Life, and Danny Dranks.
Yeah,
He
I'd like to
he
see a
changed
little
his ways.
reunion.
That'd be cool.
I'd like to see
I
you
think
three
it'd
on
be
the track.
kind of crazy,
Would you jump on his style of music?
As far as like Christian music?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a Christian, so
That's being honest of you.
yeah.
But it was the three of you guys, though.
Yeah.
Was it you, Bradley, and King?
That was Mas Chingon.
I think that'd be badass to have a little.
We talked about it. Except it's just the schedules are always conflicting, so
Yeah, that's
You
rough.
guys got to make time and get on there.
yeah, we definitely will.
We're gonna do that.
And then we're gonna get Joe too.
Joe, he's a singer right here. New things for 17.
No, I'll play the guitar and that's about it.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
man,
Yeah, you
should.
can play a piece right there. If Eddie Van Halen could play with Michael Jackson, you could play with him.
Aerosmith and Run DMC.
There
That
you
would
go.
be a way better comparison. Right away, you go for Michael Jackson. And Eddie Van Halen.
Michael was dope.
He was.
That's true. That's true. You know what? We want to thank Daniel for stopping by and being on this side of the camera for once.
Yes, sir.
This
Thank
is,
you,
This is
man.
always fun, man. Always fun. Of course, your hands are always full. I mean, you got recordings coming up. You got dual podcasts you're on. You got Shoot Your Family that you're taking
Yeah.
care of.
Now video, you guys are adding video. To
Oh,
your
video,
arsenal?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'll try.
You will.
Whoa,
He
come on
will.
now.
I tried a video a long time ago. I hated
Right
it.
there, though. Right there. There's a key. That was a long time ago. You have a different mente now.
Yeah, I sucked at it though, man.
Everything is hard at first.
I'm better with beats, man. You throw a beat machine in front of me, boom, it's
You
done.
could be,
You know what I
the
mean?
ultimate one-stop shop. Like Troublesome. He does that
Maybe
too.
I'll just hire you, and hire Lawrence, and then boom.
There you go.
Give
There
you
you
guys
go.
some money in your pocket,
Yeah, we'll stop by the studio and record our
The
podcast.
podcast, yeah, definitely, man.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be dope.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to be dope.
Oh, yeah. All right, so that's our first episode of 2017 with our guest, Daniel.
First guest.
First guest episode.
Thank you for having me on.
We'll see you guys later on.
Yes, adelante.
Adelante Worldwide.
Jimmy.